Guys, today we are back at it again. Today I'm actually going to be showing you guys my tackle box. Here we go. So I'm just going to be showing you guys everything I have in here and what I actually use. So we're going to start from the front. Now my tackle box isn't the most organized, but I'm just going to show you the essential things I use on a daily basis of fishing. Here we go. Some of this is stuff that I don't really use, but majority of it I actually use. So these are my split shot weights. You should always have some split shot weights in your tackle box. They look like this. They're little metal things. They clamp onto the string and they just add a little extra weight to it, make it a little easier to cast out. And yeah, they're good for like when you're bobber fishing for bluegill or anything. You just kind of weight it. These are my 1 ounce sinkers, slip-on sinkers. These work really good. You put like a bead on the end of them and some stoppets, and that will make you a perfect little catfish rig. Put a nice, another one of the hooks I love. These are my hooks. The hooks I love, circle hooks. They hook good. They're kind of hard to get out sometimes because they are so angled, but they usually don't pop off this hook. Circle hooks are great for catching catfish, even bass too, just anything in general. Nice wide hook, and they just snag them and you can reel them in real quick. Classic. These are what I use for catfishing mainly. I do use circle hooks a lot too though, so I really like those. These are my normal catfishing hooks for channel cats and whatever else I catch. Really nice, just normal J hook. Bullet weights, always a must-have. I mainly bass fish, but I will catfish quite a bit too. So these are my bullet weights. Bullet weights slip on to a offset hook like this, and you can set up a Texas rig. You can do a lot of other things with these. Bullet weights are essential. Add some good weight to it and make them dive. Pretty much anything. I have multiple different types of offset hooks. Pretty much all the stuff I have you can get at any outdoor store or Walmart or anything. I think these are Gamakatsu hooks. I'm not sure. I think they are. I think the set is Gamakatsu. Some of these are just cheaper hooks, but it doesn't matter. All you want is a nice sharp hook. If the hook isn't sharp, then you might not want to use it. Some of these have this angle. This helps hook in the fish's mouth. No, there's nothing wrong with your hook. They're just like that. Really like these. Great offset hooks. I have more offset hooks places everywhere. What else? Well, egg sinkers. Here is another thing I use. I don't know what this is. I think this, actually I do know what this is. This goes inside of a tube. I don't use these a lot. But it's like a tube. So if you've had a tube before, I'm going to show one in a little bit. But this is what goes inside the tube. And it's like a weighted part, a weighted hook basically. And it just goes inside the tube. It's like a type of soft plastic. They're really good too. Aberdeen hooks. I love Aberdeen hooks for bluegill. They're nice, small, and easy to use little thin hooks. I use these for bluegill fishing. They're a little long, but they're nice. Classic J hooks. They're called Aberdeen. I don't know why, but really nice hooks. So if you want to get some good bluegill hooks, if you're going for a little bit bigger bluegill or whatnot, use Aberdeen hooks. Good for bluegill. It's probably the main thing I'd catch on an Aberdeen hook. Depends on the bait too though. Swivels. Keep plenty of swivels. I'm telling you, if you have snells and bobbers and you want to go bluegill fishing, catfishing, you name it, you're going to need swivels. Put these in your tackle box. They're literally like $2 a big pack of them. So definitely pick up some swivels. Really important. Really nice things to have. I have these two. These are like little, for catfishing, this is like a little, I don't know what you call this thing. This is like a, fly on the screen. This is like one of those little, pack bait holders. You put the pack bait on it for catfishing, carp too, whatever, it depends. And you just slide that on. That's what that is basically. It's not anything too difficult, but really nice. Rather than that, that's pretty much all I have in that set. Next thing, bass lures, mainly crankbaits here. We have crankbaits. I love some good crankbaits. Now, what I'm saying is, I'm not really organized, but crankbaits, I really don't need to organize. They get snaggled up together, but make sure there's not any line in them. I've made that mistake a lot of times, like especially braided. You don't want to keep one, you have to snip the braided line off the end, or they will just all combine together on a big nest of mess. So just don't do that. Like sometimes they get caught inside the little wall area in the tackle box. It's kind of difficult. You have to dangle them out. This is a rattle trap. That is why it's making the rattling noise. Rattle traps are really fun to fish with. Oh, it's a type of crankbait, basically. This is a type of rattle trap. I have multiple rattle traps, but this is one of them. These work really good. So go get some rattle traps. Literally, you can get some really good lures for like discount prices at Walmart that are like in a dollar bin, and they work. I'm telling you, I've used all sorts of them and they all work. They're about the same as buying a Apollo lure or something, or 6 cents or something even too. Some of these are more expensive ones, like this one. This is a nice one. Really nice crankbait, nice square bill. Really nice crankbait. The eye is really shimmery too. Those are just extra details. Those just kind of add a pop to it. More like this. This is a really, these are really nice. How do you even say that? I don't even know. Excalibur. Yeah, these are Excaliburs. I forgot. I haven't used these in so long. Excalibur crankbait. Get some Excalibur crankbaits. Really nice. These hooks. This is an old lure, and the hooks, they're still really sharp. Use another older one. This is a Rapala stick bait. Stick baits are pretty good. This is a really old one, but it still holds up. Miniatures. You want miniatures. You can catch smaller bass, smallmouth, anything that can fit. This can fit in their mouth. They will probably go for it. That's another rattle trap right there. This is a bluegill style. Oh, I love this. Any popper. I don't know why this is in here. It's just in here though. This is actually a hula popper sort of thing. Hula poppers are amazing lures. They have a little popping mouth on them. You pull it near the top. Really cool. That's pretty much it for my crankbaits. I haven't shown everything because that would be really long. But yeah, let's move on to the next thing. I think we should look at crappie stuff. Let's look at crappie. Alright, we are moving on to crappie baits. Or just, this is a different style bait, you know. My favorite lure of all time is in here. Guess which one it is? I'm going to tell you right now. Any of these. The rooster tail. I love rooster tails. Rooster tails are amazing. They are not just crappie baits. They catch everything. They're just fish catching machines. They just reel them in. These are just good for bass, bluegill, crappie. Any of those fish, they will go after this, which works for hybrid bass, anything. These are such great lures. I can't stress it enough. I've used so many of these. I love them. That's not supposed to be in there. Jig head. Jig head. Remember, I have plenty of jig heads. Jig heads are great. All different sizes of jig heads are great to have. You want to have those with some little soft plastics to put on the end of your jig heads. Always good to have for crappie fishing or bluegill fishing. They catch both, really, sometimes. Even bass. I hate the term crappie lures because it just doesn't fit. You can catch anything with crappie lures, to be honest. Not every place has crappie. In the pond behind my house doesn't have any crappie hardly at all. And I've never caught a crappie on any of these. I've only caught bluegill and bass, and I know they bite on these. Little dangly pink-legged things that's supposed to look like frogs, I guess. Really cool. Nice. Always good to have. That's where we're at so far. Another thing. Spinner baits. Have spinner baits. God, you need spinner baits. at least, you don't need spinner baits. I have quite a bit. You just need a spinner bait that you know will work. They are literally like $3. Lures don't need to be expensive, guys. You don't need to go for the expensive ones. They're not always the greatest. Some of mine are really, really cheap ones, and they're really nice. Like this one, check that out. Really a nice one. And you want to know how much this thing costed? Like, I'm trying to think. $3.50. Really cheap little lures, but they catch fish, I'm telling you. It just has to do with where the water is that you're at, that you're fishing. I love this little Plano container because it's meant for specifically spinner baits, and it's kind of taller looking, and it's like that. Oh, that's where we're at so far. And another thing, and that's the rest of that's all the tackle boxes, but we have other stuff at the bottom. Have these, please. Get some snails. Some people are like, I'm like, do you have any snails? And they're like, I don't know what a snail is. Get a snail. Instead of tying on hooks, just get a snail and a swivel. Pop it on. It works. It's gonna catch you some fish, and it just works. Always good to have a fillet knife when you're cutting bait or filleting fish to eat. I've never filleted fish to eat because I really don't. I just catch and release. But for bluegill, I like to use this to cut up, make some cut bait and catch some catfish or whatever else we'll buy on it. Really good to have. Worms. Keep one of these. If you catfish, you're gonna want one of these. This is a rod holder. Goes right in the ground and it holds up, and it just kind of sits there, and you lean your rod up against it and you wait until you see the rod tip bend. It's just really simple use. That's why you want those. Oh, another little tackle box I forgot about. There's swim baits in there. Mimic minnows, really great lures. More mimic minnows. I have a lot of mimic minnows. There's some jigs in there. Soft plastics. I can't say it enough. If you bass fish, you need soft plastics. If you want to catch bass, you need soft plastic. If you want to catch bass, go get you some soft plastics. They're these little pouches. Fake little plastic worms or whatever, creature baits, whatever you want to call them. This one's supposed to imitate like a crawfish. Really nice, from Bass Pro. You can actually get the Bass Pro lures at like Walmart too, so that's a plus. I keep mine in a Ziploc bag because I don't like to. Once I just find them and I have them, I can literally just throw them in a Ziploc bag, keep them moist, and then put some like salt in them, on them, because salt really adds flavor to them, and fish can smell salt, so they will go for salt because it's just kind of attractant to them. And they put these in salt too, so you might want to put your own in salt. So I kind of do that. They start to dry up though, so keep them moist with oil or whatever you do to keep them moist. Really good lures. This is a worm, curly tail worm specifically. Different colors. This is like a watermelon green color of, what do you call it? Lizard bait. Lizards are good too. Lizards, salamanders, whatever you want to call them. They're all the same thing. These are brush hogs. Brush hogs are good too. These kind of slide through the water and just imitate little animals, the little creatures that the bass would probably be eating out in the wild. And that's why I love creature baits. So get some creature baits. This is going to be quite a bit of a long video. Pliers. I can't say it enough. You need pliers to have extra fishing line. I have some of that right there. Fishing rods. You're going to want some fishing rods because obviously, but this is one thing that a lot of people forget to have in their tackle box, especially me. I forgot it a couple times in my house, and I'm like, shit, I gotta run all the way back and go get it. So this is always a must-have. This is a needle nose pliers. This helps get hooks out of fish mouth, especially catfish, because they have a tendency to do that a lot. So yeah, scissors or line cutters of any sort. Even if you don't have line cutters, you can also get fingernail clippers. Those work the same way. Rapala scissors. I just have these ones, but these work really nice for cutting fishing line or whatever you need to cut, because you're always going to need to be doing cuttings. A scale, not a must-have item, but I really like to have one because I can weigh my fish. see how much they weigh. This is a digital one. You don't need a digital one. You can just get like a classic normal one. You just hold it up. And it tells you a pocket knife. Always good to have. A cut line too. Another thing that works for. Not really needed specifically, but helps. And then I just have these. I have some little crappie and catfish bait. These work sometimes. I mean, not always. I just have them. Glasses, sunglasses. I like to have these. These are polarized sunglasses. You can get these for like $3 at Walmart too. And they work and they help you so you can see in the water. So really good. More split shots. I have a little thing of those. And crappie bites. These work too. They go on the end of your hook like that. Really simple use. That's pretty much everything I have there. That's my whole tackle box. That's all the things that I have when you're fishing. But remember, you don't need all this stuff. Pick the things that you want to use and that you think will work for where you're at. And you don't need all this stuff. I just have all this stuff to use if I wanted to, because if you're really into this, then you might want to get all this stuff. But if you're just learning and you want to play and have fun, you don't need all this. You can just get some worms, a rod, and some weights and go fish, and it doesn't matter. Have fun with what you're doing here. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and bye.